Kyrie, Newey Scruggs, NBC, DFW. What do you say to the Mav fans who panicked after Game 1 for getting ready for Game 2?
It's not the first time. It's not the first time we hear the Dallas fans are panicking, man. But, yeah, shout out to our fans. We appreciate your support all year. Just stay poised, man. Stay focused on the goal. This mission's bigger than us.
Tim McMahon, ESPN. Kyrie, you've been part of multiple star duos. How does debate about whose team is it, who's the best player on a team, affect a team?
You said how does it?
Debate, discussion about whose team is this? Who's the best player on the team? How does that affect a team? And as a part of a star tandem,
Yeah.
how do you handle that?
By doing your best not to pay attention to it, because a lot of people don't know what they're talking about. Specifically, if you've never played that position or been on a team at that level where you have to go through it yourself. And I know that we have people that appreciate the game of basketball that speak on it, but at the same time, it's an everyday thing when you're on the team with other guys that add value to the team. They have skill sets, they work on their game, and they want to be appreciated too. So I do my best to nonchalantly push that conversation to the side of 1A, 1B, or whose team is it? Is this that? I'm just here to play basketball. It's a dream come true to be at this level. I had to work extremely hard. I've been a winner my whole entire life. I've obviously had some failures and lost, but done a lot more winning, used to it. So in order to be on that type of frequency or that goal, you got to be selfless in your approach. And obviously you're not going to get it right all the time, but as a teammate, you just want to push those other things to the side that don't really matter or get you better as a team. So we just leave it to everybody else to argue whose team is in, who has the most responsibility. It's all our jobs to be prepared. So, shitty conversation, but it has to happen in sports.
Over here, Lisa.
Lisa Salters from ESPN. You said after Game 1, I got to be better. We've got to be better. Just what's the key to having a great bounce back game for the team and for you personally?
Just by paying attention to how we prepare and also just the adjustments, sticking to the game plan.
Nancy in the fourth row.
Hi, Kyrie. Nancy Lieberman. How are you?
Yeah, how you doing?
With so many people talking about the energy that the team came out with the other day, is it energy and execution, or what is the secret sauce for Game 2?
Secret sauce? What do you mean?
What adjustments do you think you have to make on your teammates for Game 2?
It was our first time being together as a group in this final stage. Experience is the best teacher at times when you don't know what to expect. So going out there on TD Garden, playing against the Boston Celtics, we're having a historic season. We knew that they were going to come out with a lot of verve, a lot of energy. They've been doing it all year, so they've been consistent on their end. I think it's pretty easy to just say we can focus on our end and pay attention to what we can control. But it's a little bit deeper than that. Just got to calm our nerves, poise our nerves a little bit, and also just be aware of the environment that we're in. It's going to be high intense from who we're going against. It's going to be very physical. Some things are going to be called, some things aren't. So I think we got all that experience in Game 1, and we're looking forward to the challenge in Game 2 to playing better and being who we have been since post All-Star break and just having fun and doing it. It's the highest level of basketball right now. We're the only two teams playing, so we're proud of ourselves, but we're not satisfied, and we just got to continue to be ourselves.
Shane, left side here, fifth row.
Hey, Kyrie, Shane Young with Forbes. I'm just curious what Coach Kidd is like in the moments when you're trailing big in Game 1. I know he was telling you guys just have fun out there.
Yeah, he was reiterating the same things I'm saying, probably a little bit more simple. But, yeah, he's been giving us a lot of peace of mind, especially when we're out there, high-intense environment, like I said. So we just got to play better.
Bobby, front right.
Bobby Manning, CLNS Media. Kyrie, you talk about the environment. I know you've talked a lot about the crowd. How have you kind of learned in that environment to, handle it? Is it better to just ignore it? Do you engage with particular fans? Like, how did that kind of play out in Game 1 as you've kind of been in this environment multiple times now?
By realizing that I've been in this league for 13 years, and I've been playing against the Celtics for quite a few years, and I have quite a few playoff series against them, whether wins or losses. So I just try to be aware that this is a new space that I'm in as one of the leaders of the team and with a new group, and giving them that peace of mind. Like I said, when things get tough, we're going against a very historic team in the Boston Celtics, but we're a great team too, and we earned our way to be here. So we just got to remember that. And engaging with fans here in Boston is always fun. Like I said last week, it's something I've turned the page over onto, but people continue to ask me about it and what I think about it, which is cool too. But yeah, this is what makes sports fun. This is what makes the stories fun. Getting a chance to go against a giant like this, whether it be just talking about the team or talking about the environment and the fans and how crazy it can get. This is what I imagine it being like, getting to this stage again, earning our way to be here with my teammates, and being able to put our best foot forward, going against the best of the best. That's all you dream of. Everything else is just extracurricular.
Again, on the second row, on the right.
Kyrie, Mike Leslie, WFA. I feel like during your time with Dallas, part of why you've had the success that you've had is because you've been able to just focus on basketball. In this series with so much hoopla surrounding your former time with the Celtics, there's blow-up dolls of you outside the arena. There's a lot of things going on.
What else is there?
There's some things that I probably can't get into right now. But I feel like I'm wondering from your perspective, because I don't know if everybody made a big deal of the shamrock on your pants at shoot-around earlier this week, and I don't know if there was actually anything to that or not, but you made the comment post-game the other night that you thought it was going to be louder in here. And I guess what I'm wondering is, has this been the hardest moment for you to laser in and focus on basketball because there is so much other stuff going on?
No, not really. Again, I've been able to grow over the past few years to put basketball in perspective. This is an incredible experience that I get to live out for quite a few years in my life. I'm going to learn a lot of lessons that I'm going to apply to life after this. I failed miserably while also not knowing how to compartmentalize or accept the emotions that come with failure, and also being on the successful side, didn't know how to handle that either. So the past few years have been about that growth perspective for me, and learning how to handle myself in situations and circumstances that are going to be more beneficial for me to learn now than learning it when I'm 38 years old and I'm looking back at my career and I don't even know how to celebrate that. I don't expect to be celebrated by everybody. I'm going to, still be aware that a lot of people want to see me fail. But again, I think I pay attention more to the way that I'm celebrated from people that love me unconditionally, and I go home and I have a peace of mind. And, thinking about my time in Boston, I could go down a myriad of things that none of you in here know that I was dealing with. I don't think a lot of people would care. I think a few people would care and want to hear about it, and I would leave that space open in the future if you ever wanted to hear about it. But putting in perspective, it's just the blow-up dolls, all the remarks that are getting said. That's basketball. When I leave out of here and I walk around Boston, I don't hear a lot of the things that I hear when I'm playing on the court. There's a lot of mutual respect. There's a lot of eye-to-eye communication that's built on just being human, and they appreciate the things I do off the floor as well. So there are a lot of Celtics fans out there that still love me too, surprising to everybody. But when I'm on the street walking around, which I do, it's a lot of love. I get a lot of embrace. I take pictures. My dad is here. He played at Boston University. So there has to be a respect there, because if anything happens to my family while I'm here, then it goes way beyond the game, And I don't forget things either. Somebody threw something at me here while I was here. I've heard it all. Nobody asked me how I felt after that and why it could be a little bit of a traumatic response when I'm back in this environment after somebody does something like that, So things have changed since then. I've been able to accept what I cannot change, but also change the way that I look at things to be more positive. So this is fun for me, man. This is healthy. I'm glad that I could be up on this stage speaking authentically and then also go home and be at peace.
Fourth row, Jeff on the left.
Jeff Zoe at USA Today. Kyrie, when it's you, Jason, and Luka watching film, talking basketball, how unique or different of an experience is that maybe when it's people who don't quite have the same collective experience and see the way you guys see the game? How unique and different and enjoyable is that?
Yeah, teaching is fun. Being a student is even more fun. So when you're in a film session with J. Kidd or Coach Sweeney or even Luka, myself, and the rest of our guys, there's a lot of honest communication going on, just what we see. And we always make sure that we're aware that we're a new group in this environment too. So give ourselves some grace, give ourselves some patience, and just be ready to play our best game every day as we prepare. The things that we see out there, we got to talk about it. Some of the cues that you would normally have when you make it to this level, we're still developing, and that's okay. So as we look to become an even better team, a greater team through this experience, this is what's needed. It's just that honest communication.
Last question, back center.
Ausar Thompson. I was wondering how you managed to stay locked in this deep into the season and take care of your body, and how do you train in order to get to this point in the season? Because, after my rookie year, I learned that, we haven't been playing for like a month and a half, and you guys are still going like every day. So I was just wondering how you're able to take care of your body and how you train for that.
Yeah, I would start off with this, Ausar. Try not to get FOMO as best you can, just because you're so used to playing every single day, working out every single day towards a goal. And now that goal isn't necessarily there to win the championship, you have to set other goals, and that comes from a personal standpoint. What do you want to accomplish bringing into next season? It starts now while no one is watching, while it's just you by yourself or with your brother, or you're playing 5-on-5. Just working on the things that everyone said that you weren't great at, or that you could not do, or you see within yourself that you need to improve, because you're seeing how hard it is to get here and how long you have to stay locked in, as you said. So I've been able to find some peace of mind throughout this journey, throughout this year, of just making this phrase like our team bonding thing, like just peaking at the right time. Some teams peak really early, some teams peak in the middle of the season, some teams start peaking at the end. Some teams get into the playoffs or get deep into the playoffs and they peak. So it just depends on where you are as a team and your understanding of what you're doing, and also appreciating all the hard work that it took to get here. A lot of our peers are watching. They're trying to get back to where we are, get here. So we got to be aware that the hunger is going to be in you more next year, but we're also going to be hungry too to show why we're one of the best in the world. 2 teams left. Dream come true as a kid to be on the finals, see the court change a little bit, see all the stickers, see the 600 media members and credentials that we get. It could be a lot, but it's also something that you want to appreciate, because you never know when you're going to get back. So take your time, but also work your tail off right now, because I know that I'm going to have to get ready for you guys next season. So
Thank you, Kyrie.